The road to devolution, that is the discussion that James Mart is having with Isaac Ruto. James Mart, over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Linda. And let's just get quick into it. And in studio, I'm joined by the Governor of Bomet, the chairman of the Council of Governors.
Council.
Yeah, Council.
Yes.
One Isaac Ruto. Just a quick reaction from you. The government from the incident in Kisii, where a cabinet secretary was heckled. Government now says that the former prime minister is the one behind that plot, and the country seems to be in an elective mood. What are your thoughts about it? Just a quick reaction on
that. I think we are giving prominence to non-issues. What we should be busy doing right now is to concentrate on implementing the agenda of development. And we should forget about personalities, and we should forget about dramatizing unnecessary issues.
Speaking of which, the Council of Governors is now talking about getting 1 million signatures to protect devolution, if you like, getting more powers for the senators, for the Senate, so that devolution can be protected in a sense. Tell me more about this.
Yes, indeed. I think it is apparent, and it appears that there are forces that are out to ensure that Kenya does not get the full benefits of devolved systems of government. As of now, we hear of plans to claw back on the gains so far. We've this week received information that certain government departments want to take back certain functions, including money already assigned. The 210, they now want to reduce it to 130 billion. Instead of the 210 they had talked about much earlier, which we were already saying is not enough. Now we are being told about 70 billion is supposed to go back to central government for functions they claim we are unable to perform. And you can imagine such functions include roads. And to do what in roads? Just to put maram and to grade them and to make sure they are passable. That's all. And they are telling us there is no capacity. And they have been doing that job in the rural areas all along. Districts have been doing it under the Constitutional Development Fund committees. But now the governors who are fully fledged with budgets and experts cannot perform such functions. In my view, it is therefore necessary for us to ring-fence these gains in a stronger constitutional provision.
I must ask you this. The president and his deputy have met you several times,
yes.
Governors and senators, and they've said all out that we want devolution to work. From the onset, that's what we hear.
Yes.
You're saying right now, it appears that is not the ultimate truth.
Yes, because it was in the papers even yesterday. They have told us as much. We've received it from cabinet secretaries that they want to take back some of the functions. We've heard it from top government leaders that counties have no capacity, and yet we don't know what that capacity is. So we have told them ourselves we are not willing to handle for now procurement of vaccines and procurement of drugs. We want to get them from KEMSA. But the question of roads, the question of water, the question of healthcare, the question of cooperatives, the question of agriculture, we can do those ones. But we hear they still want to come and do water pans. They want to do markets. They also want to do other mundane issues that can be handled locally. And they want to create other parallel programs similar to CDF, new ones. So they want to create new organizations within the counties to start implementing projects. We are getting lost as to where we are at the moment.
Where we are right now, who's the enemy of devolution?
Yes.
Who's the enemy of devolution?
I think elements within central government that are used to having resources all to themselves, they are aghast at the possibility of these resources being dispersed all over Kenya. According to us, we want new growth centers in those counties, and we want healthcare in every corner of this republic. We want roads done in every part of this republic. We want water. These are basics we are talking about right now. We are not even talking about tarmac roads right now. We are talking about a passable road for somebody to get to the health center. Those are the basics that we are asking for right now.
All right. Just the other day, when you voiced your displeasure on some of the things, some MPs, notably coming from Rift Valley, came through and addressed a press conference, and they said that you should be in government, should not be criticizing government, and that in fact, if you are bold enough, you should leave URP.
I think they are off the mark. First of all, as a governor, I'm not required to leave my post, even if I were to leave the party. The Constitution does not provide for that. That provision they are talking about only affects MPs and senators, not governors. A governor is not in any party as such.
So you can leave URP?
I can. They can say I'm not a member. They can deregister me. I'm still a governor. The constitutional provisions does not provide for a governor to leave office because of party issues. First of all, you are expected, once elected, to work for everybody. And by the way, I'm not pushing a partisan agenda. I'm talking as the chairman of the Council of Governors, and all the 47 governors, irrespective of their political parties, are committed to the implementation of the new constitution and the realization of divorce system of government, so that we can then be able to provide services to the people. And we committed ourselves as Jubilee and URP and put it in our manifesto that we are actually going to devote 40% of the resources. If you can read the manifesto of URP, you will Jubilee, you will find 40%. What did we do this year? We put in 15%, 14%. Some people tell me it is 34%. When you talk about 190 in 1.6 trillion budget, if that is 34%, then I don't understand mathematics. I need to go back to really recheck where I went wrong.
How's your relationship with the Deputy President, William Ruto? Because would appear and would assume that it would be easy for you, someone that you're in the party for a long time with, campaigned with for a long time, easy for you to go and sit with him and tell him, listen, devolution is not working, there's a problem here and there, and thrash it out.
I have done that. We have even met with the president. We've explained these issues. We even asked that before they passed the Division of Revenue Bill, I asked for the constitution of the Budget and Economic Council, in which we would have attended. But they ignored that and went ahead to hold their own meetings and decide on the amount of money to be disbursed. So we are still talking to them. We are open to talks. But nevertheless, we as governors have decided that it is better these issues are anchored in law. And indeed, I told them after the summit that we are going to seek the Kenyans' intervention in this, because they got lost. They told us that they were confused because Parliament started fighting with the Senate, and therefore didn't know what to do, and the timelines were coming to. So we told them that we are going to help them. We will get it very clear in the Constitution that this is the amount that must go, and we'll make it in the Constitution clear that the Senate is supposed to protect devolution and counties, and that is what we'll be asking Kenyans.
Final question for me. Yeah. It means this will end in a referendum.
Yes.
There is no stopping for you.
No. Absolutely.
Isaac Ruto.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for making time to be there.
Asante.
All right. We've been talking to the chairman of the Council of Governors, Isaac Ruto, and he says this push will end in the ballot, if you like.